Hello class, welcome. Today in ELA, we're going to look at what does language arts, taking a shower have in common? The answer is shampoo. For those that are already confused and like, oh my, what is this crazy white dude talking about? I'm going to get there. Stay with me. But we're going to look at figurative language, and to do that, we're going to make a foldable. And so the first thing I need you to do, take your piece of paper like this and fold it in half like that. And you're going to end up with 7 flaps. So if you want to go ahead and cut it, mine is not already cut, but if you want to, you're going to end up with 7 flaps like so. All right? And now we're going to discuss figurative language. All right, figurative language. And now you should have a piece of paper folded in half, right? And like I said, it's going to be cut into 7 flaps. Okay? And what I want you to do is on the fold side, like I said, what do language arts and taking a shower have in common? Shampoo. So, you're going to write shampoo down the side. Okay? And then we're going to analyze this. We're going to go a little further. We're going to explain. Each one of these letters stands for something. All right? So you have simile. Simile. You have hyperbole. Hyperbole. Alliteration. Alliteration. Metaphor. Personification. And then you have the 2 O's, oxymoron. And onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. All right? And so now what you should have is a foldable, like mine, that looks something like this. All right? You have shampoo written down the side, and then you have filled in what each one of those letters stands for. Now, on the inside of the foldable, on the inside, if you haven't already cut yours, which I haven't, but the inside flaps, I'm gonna show you what goes on the inside. But in order to do that, I have to erase my space. So, when you open up your foldable, again, once it's opened up, you have a full sheet of paper. Okay? With the fold down the middle. And again, it still should be, once you cut it, it's going to be 7 sections. Remember, when you cut, only cut to the fold. Now, on the left side, we're going to put the definitions of each one. So I'm going to write the acronym out here so we can remember which ones we're looking at. The acronym was shampoo. Remember, this is not this green is not written in your foldable. It's just so that you can remember which one we're looking at. And so under the simile flap on the left side, we're going to put the definition of a simile, which is a comparison using like or as. I can spell. A comparison that uses like or as. And so, for example, which is on the right, we're going to put the examples on the right side. She was as quiet as a mouse. So you're comparing she to a mouse and how quiet both of them were. And it uses the word as. That makes it a comparison using like or as. And therefore, that is a simile. The next one, the H, hyperbole. This is an extreme, or if it helps you remember, hyper, or big, exaggeration. It's an extreme or a hyper exaggeration to make a larger effect, to make to draw greater attention. And so he was so hungry. He was so hungry, he ate 1,000,000 pizza slices. Now, did he actually eat 1,000,000 pizza slices? No. But by using hyperbole, you can envision either what it looked like while he was eating, which is that he's just stuffing his face, or you can imagine how hungry he was because the extreme or the hyper exaggeration used by the author. He was so hungry he ate 1,000,000 pizza slices. It's an extreme exaggeration. He didn't actually eat 1,000,000 pizza slices. But you can see how hungry he is and what it may have looked like while he was eating. The next one is alliteration. And alliteration is a repeated sound at the beginning of words. All right, it's the repeated sound at the start of words. And so, for example, crazy crickets, that's the C. Crickets, also a C. Crisscrossed, their legs. Crazy crickets crisscross their legs. All have that sound at the beginning, and it's repeated, drawing attention to it, and thus the alliteration helps draw attention to that statement. And so that is alliteration, that constant repeated sound. A metaphor is the opposite of a simile. It's still a comparison, but it does not use like or as. So a comparison without like or as. So a comparison without like or as. And so, for example, a metaphor could be, she's an angry bear. When she gets hungry. She's an angry bear when she gets hungry. Now, when she gets hungry, is she actually an angry bear? No. But you're comparing her with the angry bear when she is hungry. So she's an angry bear when she gets hungry. So you can envision what she is like when she's hungry. hangry, if you will. But you get the point. It doesn't use like or as, but it still compares two things. And this is it. Okay? The next one is personification. Personification is when you give human characteristics to non-living things. So you give human traits to non-living things. Okay? So, for example, the wind whispered through the trees. The wind whispered through the trees. Now, does the wind actually whisper? No. But you can envision, think about that sound that wind makes as it's running through the trees. As wind blows through trees, you can again envision or think about that sound using personification. When the author uses personification, it makes it easier for you to see or to envision or to think about. The next one we're going to look at is oxymoron. And oxymorons are words or phrases that are the opposite or contradict each other, but still make sense. And I'm going to explain. So words or phrases that are opposite or contradict. Okay? Words or phrases that are the opposite or that contradict one another. And so one of the ones that always gets me are jumbo shrimp. Jumbo shrimp. Here's my thing. Shrimp are tiny, regardless. So jumbo shrimp kind of contradicts each other. You can't be jumbo but a shrimp. It's like a tall little person. What? No. Doesn't make sense. It contradicts one another. Or when a person's getting off a ladder or getting off of something, you tell them, go ahead and climb down. What? Climbing, the definition is to go up. So when you say climb down, the oxymoron, it doesn't make sense. Until you think about it, because it's still kind of just like reverse climbing. So words or phrases that are the opposite, that contradict one another, but still make sense, are called oxymorons. Or a dumb smart person. I've come across many dumb smart people. They have college degrees, very educated, long amounts of time in school, but they just don't have no common sense. It's dumb smart people. All right? I'm not going to say any names, but I have some friends. And then the last one, the onomatopoeia, these are words that imitate sounds. Words that imitate sounds, such as pow, or pop, or boom. Those are all words that imitate sounds. That is called onomatopoeia. So, I'm going to slide the camera up to give you a better view of the board while I explain what your assignment is. And if you need to, it'll allow you to pause the video. I'll also post a picture of my foldable on your Canvas page so that you can see it. But I'll slide this up while I explain. Okay, So what I want you guys to do is underneath the examples inside your photo. So underneath them, I want you to come up with your own versions of a simile, a hyperbole, an alliteration, a metaphor, a personification, oxymoron, and onomatopoeia. One that is different than the ones that I've already given you. Then the next step of your assignment, I want you to go take or find 7 pictures. So if you want to take your own pictures, that's fine. Or if you want to find them on the internet, you can do that too. And I want you to put those 7 pictures in a PowerPoint and describe that picture using each of the 7 types of figurative language that we have discussed today. On the same slide with the picture, you're going to use a simile. And then you're going to put a picture and describe that picture with a simile or a hyperbole, etc., etc. All the way down to onomatopoeia. So you should have a PowerPoint with 7 slides. Actually, make it 8 slides. Put your name on the first slide and then start with simile on slide 2 with the picture and the word. And like I said, you can take your own picture if you want, or you can go and find pictures on Google that you're going to describe using the 7 types of figurative language. If you have any questions, reach out to me and let me know. And as always, you have a great day.